so proud. This is what Yahuwah said to me. This is what Yahuwah made known to me. Yeah, to me. This is what Yahuwah told me in his secret place, in his hiding place. He told me this. Yes, he told me this. Oh woman, I'm sold in you. Oh woman, I'm lost in you. Oh woman, I just love you. Oh woman, I am in love with you, like I love life itself. Oh woman, I respect you. I honor you. I adore you. That is the way I taught and discipline myself for you. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Great is your womb that covered me. Great is your breast that nourished me. Great is your thigh that shared me with the joy of my kingdom. With the glory of my kingdom. With the power of my kingdom. Oh woman, yeah. Oh woman, oh woman, 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 woman. This face makes you so attractive to me. This face makes you so attractive to me, yeah. This things makes you so attractive to me. Like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart, like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart. Your breast, your hair, your tongue, your womb, that I came in between your tongue to produce my son. I trapped my sperm in your womb to produce my son. You are not just a woman, but my sacred vessel, a part of my flesh. A woman. I confess to you, I will not be a man today without you. I will not be a father today without you. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. You are my great joy in all. You are my great joy in all. You are my great joy in all, in heaven, in earth. You are my great joy in all. So glad to see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. So glad that I did. So glad that I did. You are the greatness of my throne. All right now, family. So here we are again in the heavenly courtroom of YAHUAH with this powerful message already titled for you. Amy write up part 1. You're an evil seed. Our OBA is a sign of our great eternal King of Kings, part 2. So family, in case I share this in the news feed and you just come in contact and you haven't yet listened to part 1, I encourage you to do just that in order for you to get along with us. Simply put, or in other words, for you to understand the nature of this part 2, kindly go and listen to 1. That's the only way you're going to understand it, okay? Because we unveil so much, scriptures over there prior to the title, all right? So we dig into a lot of scriptures over there, all right? So how our OBA is a sign to our great eternal King of Kings. One thing I always love when our OBA is making prayer, he knew that there's someone greater than him. He knew that there's someone that supersedes him. He knew that there is someone, okay, that is more powerful than him. That is the one you always call Osanohodua. When you speak English, it will say, I give glory to Almighty. Listen, Almighty is not a nika. Osanohodua is not a nika. So that is one thing I love most in his prayer, okay? So you always recognize first Osanohodua, or when he speaks English, he will say, I give all glory to Almighty. So the Almighty, that is the one we are revealing over here, whom Oba of Edo is bearing signs for here on earth. All right, so I encourage you to go and listen to 1. Okay, so I wanted to shift this part to Shabbat. No, I have a powerful message on the Shabbat. I said, okay, quickly, let me still do the finishing so that I know I'm done already with this part in order for me to have space for the one I have on the Shabbat. Powerful one. All right, now. So let's dig into the leftover part as we begin already. To YAHUAH be all glory. So right now, I want to do the finishing over here. All right, now, since we are here again in this part 2, quickly I would like to throw in the scriptures. Why they say Oba is so boriri. Okay, that Oba is so, is so fearsome. Are you afraid of him as a master? You are not afraid of YAHUAH as a master, isn't it? Not at all. That was what the royal law said. The fear of YAHUAH is the beginning of wisdom. Simply put, or simply means to say, the fear of YAHUAH, he is the fundamental of whatever you want to be. Or, in other words, he is the foundation of your house. Like anyone want to build a house, you know how you make the very, foundation so solid. So if the fear of YAHUAH become the very foundation of your house, whatever you do, you becomes here on earth, you prosper. Why? He said the fear of YAHUAH is the beginning. This is the fear of YAHUAH that is going to make a room for you before him. This is his fear that is going to open up your understanding to who he is. This is the fear of YAHUAH that is going to cleanse you and let you see YAHUAH the way he is. It is the fear. And that is the inch of it. The King of Kings extended unto all this worldly king. That is why we are so, that's why they are so fearsome. You see when you raise up a filthy trumpet type voice against our OBA. You see, I said, like in part 1, we all picked up a stone, weapons of mass destruction. We are in session. We want to kill her. We want to kill her because you dare speak against. He is the anointed. I said Moria, but you can't just come and say, are you the one that voted him over there? We don't vote them. They are the elect. They get their own direct from YAHUAH, from the King of Kings. So he kept that, on in there, in memory of him. Okay, go and listen to 1. We said it all over there. But I want to read this verses here as well in this part 2. Okay. Now here I am, Revelation 1, verses 12. I turned, I ran to see the voice that was speaking to me. And when I turned, I saw
7 golden lampstands. You see, deeper life, you don't have no place in heaven, okay? You see, we have gold over there. Our lamp over there is gold. So deeper life, you forbid gold. You say it's an enemy to you. So be it. In your worst might, and even the new earth, it is all pure gold. Yeah, yeah, people. Listen now, verses 13. And among the lampstand was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe, reaching down to his feet, and with a golden shard around his waist. I love my king, okay? 14. His head, his head, his head and hair was white like wool. That is his righteousness. As white as snow. Purity. Very awesome in his dealing. And his eyes was like brazen fire. That is his judgment. Can you stand that? That is his judgment. 15. His feet was like brazen glowing in a furnace. Okay. Brass, excuse me. His feet was like brass glowing in a furnace. And his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. Kutu, 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 kutu. When you're on the street, you hear kutu kutu, you run into your house. That is the fear. You don't want the rain to beat you. You don't want judgment to beat you. You don't want judgment to meet you, and messed up your clothing or whatever. You run with heavy speed. I don't want this rain to meet me. That is his voice. We see his voice passing out. His voice simply means the word. Whatever, when he opens his mouth, whatever that comes out from his mouth, it is a law. Okay? The fire in this means judgment. And when we now begin to, we see his judgment. Who can stand his judgment? We see his word. It's going to do you good if you fear him. If you build your house with the foundation, with the fear of, if the fear of your way is the foundation of your house, just like Oba. If you don't offend Oba, like this is the fear. Iyore cannot go to Benin. A lot of people is waiting for her to assassinate her. Why? Because she dare raise up a filthy prostitute voice against the anointed one. No one vote him over there. He's being anointed by a supernatural power. That is the fear. That is the awe in him. Okay? A little inch from the king of all kings. So right now, just want to put this in because since we are in another video, okay, but it would still be better you go and listen to part 1. Okay, so right now, let's do the leftover parts now. Like I said in part 1, because I want to pick it up from there, that all this worldly king, YAHUAH is using them to preserve the memory of the eternal king. Alright, because what we sinned against the first king, which is Adam, sinned against YAHUAH. His kingdom was being taken away from him, and YAHUAH not give it to others. Listen to what I'm talking from there, okay? So right now I want to read Romans chapter 11 and verses 11. Listen up. I said then, have they stumbled that they should fall? YAHUAH forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. So what are we saying? This is how every Oba, precisely let me be referring to Oba of Edo. This is how the Oba of Edo become a son, okay, to the eternal Oba. Okay, he said, you sin, you fall. But you're not going to fall for all eternity. No, for a certain period of time. He said that through your falling, this kingdom will be dispersed to the Gentiles. Who are Gentiles? Those are the idol worshippers. Gentiles simply mean the people that have no covenant with YAHUAH. Gentiles simply mean the worshipper of stones and wood. And we see that testimony today right in the palace. I'm not speaking against because it's what they believe. But I'm talking from the royal law. Okay? Now, he said to provoke the people of the book, the owner of the kingdom, into jealousy. Come on now. That when you now begin to realize who you are, because sin brought you to this lower state of it all, That when you now begin to know who you are right from the royal law, that is going to provoke, that is going to give you more energy, power to empower you to say, no, no more to sing. I need my seat as queen. I need my seat as king, because Yahushua is the king, and where every one of Yahweh is the kings. That is why he said he is the King of kings, a Lord of lords. In the governor eternal system kingdom of Abba Yahuwah, we have kings, we have lords. All right? We have queen and we have queens. We have prince and we have princesses and princes. This is how it works. But one king and one eternal high priest is the one we are dealing with over here, of whom the kings of the earth is very testimony for. Romans 1:20. It said, for the invisible is be understood by the visible. The invisible is still somewhere. In fact, the invisible is in the exile, because our forefather rejected their king. When he came 2,000 years ago, they rejected him. So they exiled their king. Their king, as we are talking, is in the exile. They did not accept him. All right? They rejected him. In answer unto you said, blessed is he that come in the name. You won't see me no more. That's it. But when we see him again, the earth is going to quake. So we are driving into that area. So you see now. So the reason why the kingdom is being dispersed into the four corners of the earth, to provoke the people of the book, the chosen one, the people after Abba Yahuwah's heart, whom Abba Yahuwah gave the covenant unto, into jealousy for you to repent and come back now to your inheritance. Okay? Because you are from a royal eternal priesthood. That is again 1 Peter chapter 2 verses 9. You are peculiar people. Only for you to know who you are and return. And this is what the worldly king is serving for. To put you in remembrance of who you are. To make you feel jealous. Oh, I'm the people of the book, the chosen nation. Oh, this is who I am. To remind you of who you are. Okay? Just as our earthly body now is keeping the memory of the eternal glorified body. Not the people that is going to the lake of fire. Those ones that don't have no eternal glorified body. I mean the people of the book. Okay, scattered in the four corners of the earth. They are the reason for this segment. Okay, it belongs unto them. So, our physical body now is serving for the glorified body. It said in a moment, and a twinkling of an eye, this corruptible body is going to give way. And the incorruptible will step in. That is the glorified body. That is the angelic body. That is the one we are waiting for rapture. Renovation. As the earth is also going to be renovated. Okay? So the Obba's kingdom is going to continue for all eternity. But renovation, no more stone, no more wood, and no multiply of a wife. All this by to add those. No. That can never be found in the kingdom of Yahuwah. Alright? But this worldly kingdom is serving for a memory. For the people of the book to know this is how a king needs to be feared. This is how one needs to be afraid of the king. This is how you need not to raise up your head against the king, because they are not just ordinary people. They are being elected by a supernatural power. You need to see the unseen man behind them. You see, when Yahuwah saw the biblical message, he saw fire. That is judgment. How can you see Oba, you don't see fire in his eyes? And you begin to speak nonsense, IYORE. Yeah, woman. Now they taught her already how to call prophetess. When she newly bestowed that prophetess upon herself, she don't even know how to pronounce it. Prophetess. Prophetess. God has changed her name. Her name is not prophetess. I don't know which God is changing her name. You by yourself is the one doing all these things for yourself. You are ordaining yourself by yourself. She now gave her former seat to all her followers, more prostitutes now. They are all now evangelist. She will say evangelist. Evangelist. What a bunch of illiterates. What a bunch of it. All right now. So we put some more. I just want to ridicule her because I don't understand. You should have first of all been taught before you now come and say you want to be a tutor. Come on now, go and teach yourself. Are you mad? A slave. She cannot pronounce slave. Slave. Huh? Sometimes I said this is a continue. Principal. I'll let you continue. If I want to just make some kind of a joke, I go to IYORE. Some brand. Slave, I will fall down last. Slave, instead of slave, slave, prophetess. They thought already of recent she can pronounce it a prophetess. Prophetess of Esther. Oh my father, he said prophetess of Esther. Ah, now, what a bunch of illiteracy. Indeed, it's a disease. Go and teach yourself first. Go to one place and hide yourself and stop disturbing our ears. Now, sense in the highest place. All right, now, back to our message. Let's see what disagreement, because Abayawa said, how can two work together without an agreement? You disagree with Abayawa rules and regulation, it will always strip us naked. It will always exile us. We are all in the exile. In fact, the OF is in the exile because why? The first king means the glory. The first king turned his kingdom into paganism, which is who? Adam. That is where the tree worship comes from. In other words, that is weird because it is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And today we see in all this worldly kingdom, they are worshiping wood. We see wood over there, and they will not give them a name. It came from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I'm sorry to say this, my Abba, but I'm establishing the word of the King of Kings, whom you also pray to and say, Osano Godua, Osano Dazi. Almighty is the one I'm over here, Papa. Is the one I'm over here, Daddy. He is the daddy of all daddy. He is the papa of all papa. He is the father of all father. He is the Almighty, whom every one of us need to account to. Him alone. We fear altogether. So right now, we put some more. And where am I? Okay, Jeremiah now. This is what sin does to us. It's going to strip us naked, as they have already done a lot of damages unto us from King Solomon. Listen to what you're going to see. Find that over there. Jeremiah 70 verses 4, I read. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve the enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled the fire in my hunger, which we shall bear forever. No, 20 years time, ever. No, okay, 100 years time, ever. 1,000 years time, ever. Who are they? This hunger of Abba Yehovah, it says a fire, which is the link of fire. This link of fire is going to be burning against the disobedient children who refuse to repent from their iniquity. So you shall disconnect. I'm going to discontinue you from who you are. Where did it discontinue us? Where did it disconnect us from our own heritage? Genesis 3. It disconnect the first king. He exiled the first king and said, you will not continue as my king because you listen to the serpent. Now he said my fire is going to burn for eternity. Let one not be deceived. The link of fire exists, and some people is going over there. In fact, according to the prophecies of the last day, many is going over there. Okay, many, we are coming to that. Many is going over there. And we see the disaster sins has already brought unto us to make you to discontinue from your own heritage. Your own heritage, salvation is peace. Let's put some more and see what are this heritage. I mean the people of the book. Okay, not the one that is impersonating us now. The people of the book. If you are the people of the book, certainly your antenna is going to go high. Your heart is going to be receptive and said, this message belongs to me. I need to put my house in order. It's the nature of the segment, okay, to win a single covenant. Back to your heritage. Let's see now, what is your heritage? It says you are God, even you yourself. Listen, I take it again. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee. So where did they give you your heritage in Genesis 3? You see, before you were being born, every single thing you needed on earth to function in, to function in, is already been there for you. In other words, whatever you need, okay, for your comfort, are other than you, your prosperity, whatever. They are other than you. Only came to meet rest, but Abba was saying, I discontinue you from it. I gave it to you, but you rebelled. I take it back, and this is going to be eternal, except one needs to give it away. Give it away. The one that gave it away, you will return back to your heritage. Let's see some of the heritage he disconnect us from. He said you will not function in your heritage. Should I take it again? And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue. Do you know what that is? You're going to lose your identity. Do you know what that is? You're going to lose the real you. And you're going to be functioning in whom you are not. You're going to be functioning in whom you are not meant to be. The real you is gone. You take that one away, and you're going to be eating feces. So let's see some of the things he took away from us. Exodus chapter 19, if you have time, you can read it all. It is the covenant. He said you won't function in that covenant. Why? Because you rebelled. Okay? You do things in your own way. For that simple reason, it discontinue you. That is why the whole world is worshiping stone and wood today. Yes, but the people of the book, as we are coming out in these last days, will be restored back to this covenant. Here I am. You can read Exodus 19 in your quiet time. Romans chapter 9 verses 1. I said the truth in Yahushua. I lie not. My conscience also bore me witness in the Ruach HaKodesh that I have great heaviness. And, okay, should I just go straight away to 4? Yeah, let me, for the sake of time, verses 4. You can take it Romans chapter 9 verses 1 to 4. So I read now. 4. Who are Yisrael, to whom pertaineth the adoption? Oh, my Father. To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, plural, Old and New Testament, covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahuwah, and the promises. These are what he took away from us. We are not functioning. This is not who we are. In fact, we are in our glory is in exile. But when you return back, and you're going to see how the King of Kings is going to fix it back in his kingdom to you and me. Now, another discontinue from your inheritance. That is the old earth now. Revelation 21. Go and read it. You will see the 4 corners of the earth is being titled the people of the book. 3 tribes in the east, 3 in the west, 3 in the north, 3 in the south. It is our property, the people of the book. But today, who knows you? Where is your seat? And where is your honor? He said you are poor. He said, I know that word. And those that words, thou are poor, but you are rich. So they are the most poorest people on earth today. I mean the people of the book, because we are all in the exile. Listen now. Deuteronomy, where is it? Yeah, Deuteronomy 32, 7 to 9. Go and read it. The whole earth again is being named Yisrael. Matthew chapter 10, 23. I think I'm going to read this. Okay, let me read this one. I shouldn't be lazy. Deuteronomy 32, 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee the elders, and they will tell thee. Listen to what they need to tell you. 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the burdens of the people according to the number of the children of Yisrael. For Yahuwah's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. All right. Now, how does this work? He said you should go and ask when he separated. When did he do that separation? Genesis 11, after the Tower of Babel, after the confusion. Then after that, he now separate the seed of Adam. Okay? The seed of Adam for himself. And he now divide the whole earth in their names. And that is what we saw in Revelation 21. And let me also read now Matthew, where I just quoted. Okay? In order for you to know, he said you should go now to or wherever, or where was it? Genesis 11, where he scattered them. That is where he do the sharing. That was the Revelation 21 have the answer. How he shared the entire earth for these 12 tribes he has chosen. Okay? Matthew 10, 23, listen now. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Yisrael till the Son of Man be come. Come on now. What cities? It's 2,000 years now. If it is speaking of Jerusalem or the Holy Land, how can that take us 2,000 to preach over, preach in the Holy Land? No, the cities he is speaking of, it is the four corners of the earth. He said you will not even go through it all before the Son of Man comes. Because the earth is Yahweh. Oh, it is their property. This is the heritage he discontinue you from. That you are now living there as a slave. And the most powerful people here today on earth, it is the seed of serpent. Let me put it so. Because it says it separates the sons of Adam. And we see Genesis 3, someone else share fatherhood with Adam, which is called the serpent. The seed of serpent and the seed of woman. The seed of the woman and the seed of serpent. It is genealogy. It is the beginning of lineage. All right. And we see that right in Genesis 4, the seed of serpent came, murder the seed of the woman. They thought that was the Messiah prophesied. That was why they killed him. Because Abel begins to do the works of the high priest. That was why he sacrificed animals. Canaan said, hey, you want to start that madness? I better get rid of. Okay, you are the seed of the woman. That is going to crush my head. No, you can't crush my head. Rather, I will get rid of you. He do the works of the high priest. Simply put, he was the first high priest. Because he killed animal sacrifice. That is atonement. To atone for his own posterities or his own lineage. But they get rid of him. But YAHUAH'S replace it again with Seth. And Seth not carry on. He's the first man, prophet, to do the works of the high priest. That was the animal sacrifice over there. All right now. That is eye-opening, isn't it? So right now, the city he's speaking of, it is the entire world. He discontinue you from it. Why? Because you don't want to keep the covenant. You don't want to keep his kingly rules and regulation in his own way. Then he get it out of your hand and make you not a slave and give it out to the one that's supposed to be your servants, as it said in 1 Kings chapter 11, verses 11. Kings of YAHUAH, we are slaves today. Now, when you discontinue from your true identity, you're going to become something else. You can see that now in Mark chapter 5 and see that mad man. Although YAHUAH himself, should I first of all read it? Let me first of all read Deuteronomy. It says it's going to strike us with madness. When you are mad, you know you are discontinued. From your heritage, you don't know who you are anymore. You're going to be eating feces, eating unclean thing. Because it says you're going to be serving your own enemy. All right. So where is it? Deuteronomy 28, I think so. Smite, where is it? Deuteronomy 28. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Deuteronomy 28, verses 20. Listen now. YAHUAH shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Did you get that? You're going to smite with madness. So what is madness? You discontinue from your heritage. Not 34. So thou shalt be mad for thy sight. Okay, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. It is mad, and you yourself are going to see that you are mad. It's going to smite you because why? You don't keep his covenant. It's going to strike you with madness. So that's the picture is right in Mark chapter 5. You see that man that now begin to sleep in the tomb. He loses his identity. He loses his heritage. He lost his house. He lost his sanity. He now begin to sleep in the cave, a graveyard. Okay, that is you eating our faces as human. Yes, you lost who you are. Can I give you the clear picture? If you're an African person, of course, in Nigeria, we normally see mad people. Can you just go to a mad person and say, what is your name? I see one video, pastor was trying to cast out spirit of madness from one woman, where that mad woman displayed madness. Pastor himself, tears there, and I begin to laugh. Where that woman display what is called madness. So you're going to be mad in your own side. That is how you lost your identity as the people of the book. But healing is what we are speaking of. Restoration. Clear sanity. Powerful sanity. That is the nature of this segment. Sound doctrine brings about sanity. All right? That's what we are doing over here. Now, Jeremiah 31:31, YAHUAH says he's going to make a new covenant with us. Okay? Because why? Yeah. because the first covenant was being broken. That is the picture in Exodus 31. Oh, about the golden calf, I think 33 or 32, about the golden calf. The first covenant was being broken. Okay, that is the covenant of Adamic covenant broken. So another covenant came into picture, which is the new covenant picture. Okay, he did it twice. Okay, now we accept the first covenant. When the Messiah come to confirm the new covenant, we exile him. They said, no, we don't need him. Take him away from us. We don't need him. So he couldn't confirm the second covenant, the new covenant, the eternal one. Okay, because you see in Exodus 19, as every one of our forefathers accept the first covenant in like manner, every one of us is going to accept the second covenant, which is the New Testament. But New Testament, as we are talking, is right in the exile, and their king is also in the exile, and their people is also in the exile. Matthew 23:39 said, until you say, blessed is he that come in the name of Yahuwah, you shall see me no more. That is what we are doing now in this land of our exile, because the people of the book is being scattered into the four corners of the earth. Now, 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 40, this is how the picture, maybe I'm going to read it. Let me see if there's time. Here I am, 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 40. This is how it's going to be. In fact, our Messiah is going to be heavier than this, but it's just a replica, a picture. Now, I read this is the kingly throne we are talking about. Arena. And all the people came up after him, and the people piped with pipes and rejoiced with great joy, so that the earth rent with the sound of them. When they now make Solomon king over Yisrael, he said the earth rent. The King of Kings, what about him? The whole earth is going to shake. This is where we are now accepting for the new covenant to be confirmed. As we are talking about new covenant, when Christianity is making noise, I'm not under Old Testament covenant. I'm under new. Are you the owner of the New Testament? No, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people of the book. Jeremiah 31:31 said, the days are coming when I will make a new covenant with Yisrael and with the house of Yahudah, that is the kingly tribe. It didn't say the Gentile. You, that is pork eating people. Be careful. Okay. So what is counting now? It is the promises Abayuwa makes with Father Abraham. Genesis chapter 12. In you shall all nations be blessed. That's what is going on now. That's what is fulfilling. The new covenant is not yet confirmed. When it's being confirmed, we accept our King of Kings. The whole earth is going to shake. Ordinary Solomon, the earth rent. What about the King of Kings? So it's just the picture. So Jeremiah 1:5, I forgot that prior to the earth being our property. Jeremiah 1:5 said, before I formed you, I knew you already. Okay. So what part I want to throw in now? Okay. When you also read now, John 19:19 to 22, it said the King of Yahudim. When they want to crucify the Messiah, they now write the King of Yahudim is the King eternal we are unveiling over here, of whom the Walik or Oba of Edo is serving as a replica, or Oba of Edo is keeping a memory for. Okay? So that was what Abaye was saying, Jeremiah 17 verses 4. It's after you have already discontinued us from our own heritage, therefore we're going to be serving our enemy. Our enemies. Who is our enemies? Is the one that stole away our glory, which is called sin. Sin is opposing. Okay, you can see that in Genesis chapter 4. It says, sin knocketh at your door. Revelation 3, I think 19, it said, Messiah said, I stand at the door knocking. If only you can hear my voice, you open, I come in, and I sup with you. What is the door? It is your heart, the entrance of your heart. He said, this sin, this man, that was why 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 also said, man of sin. Sin is a person, it's a deity. Okay? Just to ravage. This teaching for is to ravage who you are and ravage what Abayuwa has made it to be and turn it to physics. That's his job. Now he said you're going to be serving him because what? You listen to him. Okay? You take his advice. You took his counsel. Listen at what sin is doing to you. It's stripping you of your glory. People don't know. It's robbing you of who you are. Taking away your sanity. Making you want to live under the causes of disobedience. Christianity said they are not under causes. Story from Brazil. Listen now, we shall see when that time comes. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 6. In the 9th year of Uzziah, The king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria. Did you get that? Bondage. Why? If you keep reading, because they transgress. They sinned against Abayewa. Whenever you sin against Abayewa, he will discontinue this. He is discontinue you from your own inheritance, from your own house. He will throw you out because he's the owner and the landlord. You don't want to keep the rules of my house. He will throw you out. Go and learn from your exile. That's what he's doing. Listen now. This one, as soon as we came from the bondage of Egypt, another exile came. The king of Syria took us away into bondage because of our sin. Let's see another one. See another bondage. So, okay, First Chronicles chapter 9, verses 1. So all years were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Yehudah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgressions. Did you get that? Whenever you messed up, Abayuwa just kicked you out of the land. Go and be living in the wilderness. Another Ezra. Ezra chapter 9, verses 9. For we were bondmen, yet our Yahuwah had not forsaken us in our bondage, but had extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our Yahuwah, and to repair the desolation thereof, and to give us a well in Yehudah and in Jerusalem. You see, Persia. As soon as you came from that of Assyria, you go into Isaiah again. Where? Persia. We put some more. Here I am. First Maccabees chapter 8 verses 18. This is our book, okay? Some of the book that founder of Christianity thrown away, called Constantine. Okay? So we have it in use. So Abayewa be all glory. I read now. First Maccabees, this victory, that is where we now get the feast of dedication, the one you can find in John chapter 10 verses 21 to 23. This feast, this deliverance brought about that celebration, just like the feast of Purim. I read now verses 18. And to entreat, oh my father, and to entreat them and to entreat them that they would take the yoke from them, for they saw that the kingdom of Grecians did oppress Israel with servitude. Did you get that? The kingdom of Grecians kingdom, the very one that is working now today, because Messiah prophesies it. He re-echoes it right in Matthew chapter 24, verses 15. He said, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel, this is the prophecy of prophet Daniel, Daniel chapter 7, Daniel chapter 8, that the Grecians, this is how they are going to take away the daily sacrifices. This is how they're going to step in setting their abomination that causes desolation. And Messiah re-echoes it again, because he said it is coming right back. So as soon as you came from the bondage of Babylon, the Grecians came. Now this Grecian has double fulfillment, which are the Christendom today. Since, because Abayewa said you're going to serve your enemy. You're going to serve the gods whom you know not, when you read Deuteronomy 28. Why? Because you refuse to keep the law. They said Jesus nailed the law to the cross. That isn't true. Okay? When you break the law, it's going to keep sending you into exile, from one exile to lose your glory, to lose your true identity, to give you a wrong identity. Like IYORE is playing spiritual dangerous game with the people of the book. Giving a prostitute evangelist, ordaining herself a prophetess. That is spiritual dangerous game. That is wrong identity. You don't take a holy office on a worthy manner. It kills. It kills. Now, Matthew 24, quickly, let me read it, 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. You see, he re-echoes it again. It is already fulfilled. That is the book of Maccabees. It's already been fulfilled. Before even Yahushua came, this vision of Daniel has already been fulfilled 250 years, even before Messiah was born. But he re-echoes it again, because he said it's coming into play again in these last days. Who are they? The abomination. It is the Christianity. Whatever this group practice, you don't see. To take away your identity. And to give you now wrong identity. To make you break the laws of Abayewa, in order for Abayewa to keep sending you into exile. And Abayewa do promise one more exile to go. Luke chapter 21, verses 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. This is where the people of the book being scattered in the four corners of the earth. Why? Because we refuse to accept our Messiah. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. Gentiles is the one really powerfully. Now listen, now, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. One head to go. The goat empire from a entire cost epiphany, from entire cost epiphany that has the double horn, the large horn and the little horn. Christianity is the large horn ruling for almost 2,000 years now. Islam, the little horn, is about to pick it up to rule for 1,000. That is the last kingdom to go. That is the last king to be worshipped here on earth. After that, we set into eternity. What part do you want to be? You want to be with Abba Yahuwah in this eternal kingdom? Or you want to be with the serpent in this eternal kingdom? That is horrible. That is the fire that Abba Yahuwah said is going to be kindled for all eternity. Make a choice. Because Abba Yahuwah prophesied, Deuteronomy 28 verses 68. It makes it so clear you are going back to Egypt the second time. You are going back to Egypt the second time. But in the, okay, let me read the last exile. When you break his rule, he send it to exile. Acts of Apostles chapter 7, verses 43. Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Molech and the star of your god Rephaim, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. You worship idol? You serve the gods of unknown? This time I'm going to carry you beyond Babylon. Where is the beyond Babylon? Let's go there now and see. Revelation 20, 10 to 15. Quickly, let me read. That is the beyond Babylon, okay? And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and the brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was not found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahuwah, and books were opened, and another book were opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sick gave up the dead which were in it, and the deaf and hell delivered up the dead. Oh my Father. Oh. 14, quickly. And the death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Whosoever is not found written in the book of life was being cast into the lake of fire. That is the beyond Babylon. What part do you want to be? In the eternal kingdom of Abba Yahuwah or here? Minus me, okay? Family, we are done. So this is how we discontinue from our heritage. If you don't want him to discontinue you, because he promised one more exile to go. If you refuse to do his will, there's still one more exile. That is the lake of fire, the final of it all. So don't let him put you there. And he will do it because he's almighty. This is not mine. Yours is running from Edo. You can't run away from this one. This one is irrevocable. Wherever you are, you can fish, okay? You can run away from Oba of Edo, but you cannot run away from the King of Kings. You know where you are, he will throw